Here we are for the next race of the Target Series season number 4. We're here at Rockingham for the running of the Oreo 300. And on the pole for today's race is the 52 of Eli Bright. 2 is outside, is the 41 of Jeff Semito. In third you have Code Luigi. 4th is Trey Rainey. Rounding out the top 5 got Riley Spraley. And Jonathan Buford in 6th. 7th is Robert Hernandez. 8th is TJ Hanley. 9th is Julius Anderson. And rounding out the top 10 you got Isaac Nichols. Then the rest of the field goes Jake Jefferson, Carter Friesen. Then Steve Larker and Jim Gambit along with Joe Jefferson and Max Anderson. Then Jake Gambit and Justin Heath. John Gambit and Brayson Collins, Jeff Bright and Alexander Rowe, then Tyler Lyman and Jason Semito Jr., Jake Richardson and Luke Rainey, then Alex Stewart and Marcus Sachi, Michael Canto and Mason Hayward, Jake West and Patrick Smith, your points leader. Then you got Jason Larker and Derek Hamill, along with Colton Yo and Tim Gary, Kyle Hunter and Evan Hunter, then Joe Sandrovich and Tim Randolph, rounding out the 42-car field. In 41st, it's Levi Jones. He's second in points. In 42nd, it is JT Hanley. So that is your 42-car field here at Rockingham. Let's now go down trackside for the command.
Gentlemen, start your engine. All right, boys. Pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day. That's all we need.
So that's the command to fire the engines 45 laps around Rockingham, the Rock in North Carolina. Pace cars and Eli Bright and Jeff Semito on the front row for the start of the Oreo 300. They're coming down the front straightaway into the restart zone. They will come. Bright leads the field to the green flag. It is out. We are racing at the Rock. Eli Bright with the great turns 1 and 2 is able to clear the field. Goes high in 3 and 4 and off turner 4. Lap 1 is going to be led by Eli Bright as he leads lap 1. Here comes Luigi and Riley Spraley. That's for the race lead now. Luigi trying to dive underneath Bright. Got a little tight down low. Bright goes up the track. And Luigi's going to try and get a run off of the corners. See, they're 3 wide back there. Jonathan Buford up top in that number 97 car. They're soaring in. Oh, Michael Canto, I believe that's into the inside wall. It is as he comes back up. He gets Levi Jones and the rest of the field's wrecking in the back. The big one on the backstretch into turn 3 here at Rockingham. It's early on. Caution number 1. After just 2 laps of racing, Eli Bright leads us back. Michael Canto was spun up into the pack. And a wild crash here at Rockingham. Let's see what happened. This was very, very tight situation. They're 3 and 4 wide. And then Justin Heath kind of clears Max Anderson. He can't move up quite yet. And that's when Michael Canto and Patrick Smith, they run out of room, and Smith turns Canto into the inside wall. Patrick Smith goes up, gets Colton Yo. So your points leader has damage. Max Anderson, Brayson Collins, Levi Jones second in points, JT Hanley, Luke Rainey, Jake West, JT Hanley, Mason Hayward, Tim Gary. I believe Luke Rainey actually drove through but then hit the 4 of Alex Stewart but kept on going. Kyle Hunter possibly involved. So a big crash, taking out many points. Contenders Jones and Patrick Smith, the top 2 in points, both involved. Jones has a demolished car. Smith might be able to continue on, but he got a ton of damage as well. Go on board with a few drivers. First, let's go on board with Levi Jones. As we talked about, second in points, starting towards the back of the field. And this is what happens. You get involved in stuff you don't want to be in. He hadn't missed until that 14 came back up the track. Now going on board with points leader Patrick Smith as he has a ton of damage to that 09. Oh, Derek Hamill. That's a lot of damage to that 09. So after that, back to the line. First was the 52 of Eli Bright. We'll have to see, do they stay out? Do they come down pit road? I think it's a mixture right here. Some cars are on pit road, it looks like. We'll have to see who is the question. Oh, the 3, Julius Anderson, has hit pit road. He was one of our front runners. See Kyle Hunter with damage is also on pit road. So Anderson taking some tires. Possibly going to try and make it to the end from here. And that's a bold call right there for the 3 car. Trying to get a victory to get into the chase. Pitting here. Maybe banking on no more yells and maybe he can make it. As Anderson will be first off pit road among the guys that pit. I believe he might be the only one they came down pit road. So possibly there might have been a problem with the 3 car. So Anderson off pit road in front, but he has a whole line of cars to restart behind. Eli Bright stays out and will be your race leader. Hilly is back to the green flag. Coming off turn number 2 down the back straight, we take the green flag on lap number 7. Surprisingly, all 42 cars still left in this race. Kyle Hunter and Levi Schultz down the bottom lane are both 1 lap down with damage, so that's going to be interesting on this restart. Out front, Eli Bright, Code Luigi behind him in 2nd, Riley Spurley in 3rd, Robert Hernandez 4th, and Jay Jefferson in 5th. Then you got Steve Larker in 6th, Trey Rainey 7th, Jay Gambit 8th, 9th is Alexander Rowe, and 10th is John Gambit. So I have to see how the inside line goes. Obviously, Levi Schultz can be very slow. He has damage to both ends of the car. Kyle Hunter has a lot of damage to the front end, so possibly the front 3, 4, 5 can get by. But you don't want to go down low if you're behind. Pace car in, restart on lap number 7. Eli Bright leads us to the restart zone. We are back racing at Rockingham, and what a great jump for Bright there. Got away from Luigi just a little bit. Kyle Hunter stays pretty solid down the inside lane, but I believe that damage is going to take into effect on the straightaways when he's up to speed. Yeah, there, Kyle Hunter down the backstretch slower, and that's going to cost him. Spurley Tube goes down to the bottom lane, and Hunter through the corners is very strong. Riley Spurley Tube takes over the race lead. He got to the bottom lane, now he's going to get by Kyle Hunter in 1 and 2. A great move there for that 70 car, because you're not going that fast here. You're just held up. Oh, someone with the problem, I believe it's the 30 car. Code Luigi is off pace, has slowed the field. No yellow. We're hearing a flat tire on the 30, possibly run over some debris from the crash. We're still racing for now, no caution, but they're 3 wide all over the place. So that has separated the field. Riley Spurley Tube out front. Eli Bright trying to run down in 2nd. And they are 4 wide back there exiting turn 2. I'm surprised that was not a wreck. Code Luigi has made it to pit road, but he's going to go a lap or possibly 2 down. So he's going to have to hope for a yellow right here and try and get out. That's a tough break for Code Luigi. He's had some horrible luck here this season. He's been run up front, has had some problems. And then, of course, yesterday in the Truck Series race, you saw it. He was running up towards the front. And it was actually wrecked and flipped over. So he obviously wanted redemption here today, and he's not getting it so far. Robert Hernandez has picked up 2nd. He just got by Eli Bright, got the wall a little bit off turn number 2. Kyle Hunter has stayed with these guys, even with that front end. He's a little bit slower in the straight race, but mix up in the corner. He doesn't have to slow down as much, and he can actually get through them a lot better. Battle back here. Alexander Rose moved around Steve Larker. Jay Jefferson trying to make some noise here and get into the top 5. He's right now in the 6th position. And Jefferson's very good here at Rockingham. He actually almost won the Gatorade Cup Series race here last season. He lost on the last lap to Christian Merrick Jr., so he wants redemption here as well. And right now going for 5th underneath Steve Larker. I think he's going to get it. Yeah, that car rotated very well. Jake Richardson came down pit road. He's coming out. So a lot of unscheduled pit stops here in this race. We're about 10 laps in. So a lot of these guys that have unscheduled pit stops, like the 88, are going to be hoping for no cautions. More cars are on pit road. A lot of cars. Code Luigi has finally exited. Sandrovich is off pace. Mason Hayward, Colton Yo, Jake West all on pit road. It's a lot of cars coming down pit road. They're going to have to be hoping for no yellow. They could possibly make it to the end on these stops. If caution doesn't come out, they can be in the catbird seat. So Code Luigi obviously going to be faster. He has fresher tires. So he's trying to move around Trey Rainey. That's right now the battle for 6th. And then that's going to bring John Gambit underneath Trey. So it's going to cost Trey numerous positions as he popped the wall for turn number 2. Jay Jefferson is moving into the top 5. Alexander Rowe trying to catch these front 3. As up front, it's all Riley Spurley Tube. Robert Hernandez trying to run him down. Still in 2nd position. Eli Bright just a quiet 3rd right now. Your pole sitter. Start on pole. Kind of led the first few laps. Caution came out. Kind of lost down that restart. Eli Bright now running in the 3rd position. So I don't know how many cars we have a lap down now. We have 34 on the lead lap. The 18, 38 laps down because of the crash. The 24 must have come down pit road along with the 88, the 6, the 15, and the 30. Those guys all came down pit road, unscheduled pit stops. And especially with the 15 and the 30 and the 39, I don't think you can make up 3 laps on a pit cycle. I believe they might have had something wrong with those cars. Alexander Rowe running down Eli Bright. He's going for third. Bright trying to hold on. Yeah, Rowe's car looks very fast right now. He can get through the corners very well, can get off the corners lower than anyone else. Oh, Jefferson just nailed the wall with John Gamet back there. Here comes the lap car. Cole Luigi going to take advantage of that. Eli right now holding off Alexander Rowe. I want to go look. Remember, Julius Anderson was the only one to hit pit road under that caution. He's right now running in the 15th position. So pretty good gamble. He actually is only about 11 spots back of where he was. 11, 9, 10 spots back of where he was. Oh, car's in the wall hard. It looks like Trey Rainey and Steve Larger knew each other. Remember, these guys had some few altercations early in the season, the first 2 races, and then they were involved in that photo finish at Phoenix. Looks like Larger lets Rainey go, though. And Anderson is coming on those fresher tires. He's up to 14th now. He's just past Tyler Lyman. Get by Steve Larker there. That would be 13th. And I think he pitted from about 5th, 6th place. So he's actually doing a very good job of making his way back up to the front. TJ Henley won at Watkins Glen. Car's blown up. Cole Luigi blows up. Oh my. So from one case of bad luck to more, the 30 car's just blown up, and that's going to be it for his race. Tough break. While we were watching that, Alexander Rowe has gotten by the 52 of Eli Bright for third. Jake Richardson trying to unlap himself on those fresher tires. He's coming up onto the 28 Robert Hernandez. He's going to fly around and by. Remember, he has fresher tires, and tires mean a lot here at Rockingham. So 25 laps to go. Riley Sprague took the lead, never looked back. He's right now out front at Rockingham. He has Jake Richardson running him down, trying to get his lap back, but Richardson just nailed the wall, and here comes Hernandez, going to get right back underneath him. A lot of cars getting into the wall here later in this run. It was a valve issue on the 30 car, so that's a tough break for Cole Luigi. He will not win here tonight or today, and bad luck continues for that 30 team. Alexander Rowe might be looking for a second soon as he's coming up onto that 28. Look at Richardson, how fast he is through the corner. Hernandez and Rowe keep hitting the wall hard back there, and here comes Eli Bright now. He's going to have a big run down the backstretch. And right now, Richardson in that 88 is 2 down. If he could get back by the 70 car, he'll be 1 lap down. I have to hope for these guys to pit under the green flag, which they might have to. And then he can hope that it all cycles out right. He'll be on fresher tires for this amount of time as Alexander Rowe has gotten by Robert Hernandez, who keeps popping the wall off turn number 2. As here comes Richardson, he's going to get 1 lap back, so now he's only 1 lap down. He's going to have to hope for this to stay green, though. He has to hope to stay green for these guys to come down pit road under the green flag. He can try and get by them and see where he cycles in. That is if the caution doesn't come out. How about Car Friesen up to the 5th position? Marcus Sachi's up to 6th. We haven't talked about these two really all race. They've kept their cars very clean. You can see right there, not really a scratch on either one of them. Sachi won at Bristol. He's kind of up there in points. He's actually towards the top, and another good run here could get him to that points lead. A lot of our front runners in the points have had troubles here today. 7th is Jay Gambit. TJ Hanley is up to 8th. And I got Julius Anderson on those stretch tires going for 9th. So the call to come down pit road and pit was actually very, very good because he's actually up there to where he basically was. There's a lot of cars still popping the wall off turn number 2. Sachi looks underneath Friesen. That's for the 5th position. He's going to take it from that 54 car. The battle back behind them, Jay Gambit and TJ Hanley. Hanley trying to get around for 7th. And he's going to do it. Hanley had a pretty good car here last season. He just kind of fell off late, hit the wall. I believe he fell back about midfield and couldn't really recover. Julius Anderson picks up another position to 8th. He did pit from about the 6th position, so he's right up to where he basically came down pit road in. And the battle for 2nd still large. Alexander Rowe trying to get by Robert Hernandez. Eli Bright just watching these two battle. And 36 and 28 have the right sides of their cars all torn up as Julius Anderson's going to get another position from Hanley right here, who just popped the wall off turn 2. And here comes the 11 flying on in, Evan Hunter. I don't know if he came down pit road or what, but he's flying up with Julius Anderson. He's up to the 8th position now. As Hanley has just lost 2 right there. Hanley back to 9th. Anderson up to 7th. And Marcus Sachi has caught this battle for 2nd now. He probably saved his tires just a little bit to get up to the front there. And now here he is in the top 5. Run down Eli Bright, Robert Hernandez, and Alexander Rowe. And Riley Sprague is long gone, hoping for this race to stay green the rest of the way. He does have some damage to the right side, but doubt that'll be much of a factor. We're approaching 15 laps to go. The battle for 4th. Marcus Sachi's on the back bumper of Eli Bright. Sachi possibly saving the tires to get up to these guys. And now starting to push it just a little bit harder. As Julius Anderson is coming, he's up to 6th. Evan Hunter is up to 7th. These two flying by the field. Marcus Sachi going for 4th now. He's gotten by Eli Bright. Anderson and Hunter are coming. You know, everyone wants to get 2 in a row right there. 1 at Richmond. You know, he wants to get another win. But he also wants a great result. He's up there in the point standings. He has to be high enough as one of our 12 winners. So, oh, Carter freezing really into the wall that time. That one was very brutal. I would be surprised if that cut a tire down or something, because he hit that one pretty hard. You can see how much the pace is slowed down because of the tire. Oh, here we go. We got pit stops happening. Riley Sprague to Marcus Sachi. TJ Hanley spinning coming into pit road. He's able to hold on to it. Eli Bright has also come down. So the car that has stayed out with the race lead is Alexander Rowe. Robert Hernandez is right behind him. And with 15 to go, pit stops are going to mean everything. I believe these guys are going to be coming down. They look fairly slow. Here comes Rowan. Hunter and Anderson are going to stay out just a little bit longer. Remember, they pitted for those fresher tires. They're going to try and stay out, maybe try and bank on a caution trap. Some of these guys will lap down. Hunter is now out front here at Rockingham. Also, if they pit just a little bit later, they'll be on fresher tires towards the end of this race. So that'll be something to watch out for. And then you also have to watch out for the 88. Remember, he pitted, so we have to see where he comes out in all this. Hunter staying on another lap. Anderson looks like he might come down this time. So Hunter staying out a little bit longer than Anderson. Anderson has come down. I believe those are the only two to have stayed out. Now, is Joe San George a lap down, or did he unlap himself? I believe he's come down pit road, so he's going to be a lap down. Oh, and Jake Richardson also come down, so they obviously can't make it on field. All right, we're going to have to find possibly where Evan Hunter is. He's come down pit road this time, so Hunter will surrender the lead to Riley Sprague, it looks like. Possibly. We'll have to see where everyone cycles out. Pit cycles can be a little confusing. Isaac Nichols going to be the race leader? Nichols right now 6th. He's actually gained quite a bit of time right there on those pit cycles. Looking for some sort of a race leader right here. Going to be Julius Anderson possibly. Yeah, this is a big confusing mess right now. Is Marcus Sachi going to be a race leader? And I believe Evan Hunter's behind him on the track. Yeah, Evan Hunter's just coming out of pit road now. Marcus Sachi might be your new race leader with Julius Anderson and Joe Jefferson, Isaac Nichols. A lot of confusion here at the racetrack. With 11 laps to go, Marcus Sachi has taken over the race lead. Second place is now going to be Julius Anderson, 4.3 back. Then you got Evan Hunter, Joe Jefferson, Isaac Nichols, Tyler Lyman. The front 6 all shaken up. And then you got Riley Sprague to 13 back, Jay Gambit, Tim Gary, Alexander Rowe. So Marcus Sachi's team with a blazing fast pit stop will get out in front with 10 laps to go. And he has a big lead over Julius Anderson, who's right now trying to run down. And then you got Evan Hunter in 3rd, Joe Jefferson somehow finding his way to 4th. If you can believe it. We haven't talked about him all race long. Isaac Nichols is 5th. This front 10 has just taken a big change. It's just turned completely upside down. Sachi is lapping people left and right. Right now we have 21 cars on the lead lap after these pit cycles. And you can see the 2 Larkers right there. Jason Larker 21st, Steve Larker 20th. They're going to be the next ones to lap. So Marcus Sachi trying to pick up a second win of the season. It'll probably lock himself into the chase. If he can do so, he has to make it around just a few more laps. He's hoping for no more yellows, because if a caution comes out, that's going to be a late race restart with the guys behind him. Anderson is closing in just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Jake West out there just logging laps with a ton of damage to that number 15 car. We're looking for Julius Anderson, that number 3. He is right now coming, getting by some lap traffic. He was 3.9 back last time by. He is now 4.0 back, so Marcus Sachi gained a 10th that time. Coming to 6 laps to go. Marcus Sacchi trying to pick up his second win of the season. His first at Bristol, he led every lap there, looking to steal one on a day where he thought he probably wasn't going to win. With just 6 laps to go, he has a 4-second lead over the 3 Julius Anderson. And the battle for second might be quite close. Evan Hunter is reeling in that number 3 car just a little bit. Hunter does have a little bit fresher tires than Anderson, as that Hunter stayed out about a lap or 2 later. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down. So Sacchi knows we will not have another restart. 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is official. Evan Hunter has closed up onto the back bumper of Anderson as Sacchi has just gotten the wall a little bit. I don't think it'll be any factor. Coming to 4 to go now. Marcus Sacchi, clear racetrack ahead of him. 4 laps left at Rockingham, just hoping nothing happens to the car, nothing happens in front of him. Anderson did close in just a little bit last time by. That was because Sacchi got the wall. You can see Sacchi really lower that time. Anderson pushing it hard. 3 to go this time. So we will end with probably 21 cars on the lead lap. The battle for second has opened up. Ooh, Sacchi into the wall again, and this time really hard. And very slow. As long as he doesn't do any damage to the car, he won't give up 3.3 seconds in the wall, I don't believe. 2 to go, right here, Marcus Sacchi. Just has to coast it around for 2 laps, doesn't have to take any risks whatsoever. He had the gap dropped 2 or a second that time. I don't think it's going to be enough for Julius Anderson or Evan Hunter. Here it is. White flag in the air. One more time around for Marcus Sacchi. He has to negotiate 4 more corners to victory at Rockingham. The gap has been closing, but just not enough time for Julius Anderson to catch Marcus Sacchi. Sacchi comes off turn number 2 perfectly down the back straightaway. Marcus Sacchi has 1 career Target Series victory to his name. Bristol earlier this year. He'll add another one as he will win the Oreo 300 and lock himself into the chase. Checkered flag, Marcus Sacchi's 2nd career win at Rockingham. Anderson comes out second. Evan Hunter with more momentum in third, but Marcus Sacchi steals one on a day where he probably had about the 5th place car. He wins it at Rockingham. Let's go and check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Oreo 300 at Rockingham. There was 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 4 lead changes among 5 different drivers. Marcus Sacchi starts 27th. He made his way up through the field and led the final 12 laps to get a victory. He's now your new points leader as well. Julius Anderson ends up second. Evan Hunter in third. Great way to back up a victory at Richmond. In fourth, you had Isaac Nichols and Joe Jefferson fifth. That top 5 was completely turned upside down after the pit stop. Same with Tyler Lyman in sixth. Then you had Riley Sprio, who dominated this race, leading over half of the laps. He ends up 7th. Pit strategy possibly wasn't right. And in 8th, you had Jay Gambit, 9th, Alexander Rowe, and 10th, Jim Gambit. So there is your top 20. You can see Eli Bright starts on pole, ends up 12th, led 6 laps. Decent day for him. I'm sure he would have wanted more, but decent day to get himself some points. As we look down 21st to 40th, see only 22 cars finished on the lead lap. Those pit cycles got a lot of people trapped a lap down. And 41 cars, I think, ended this race running. Yes, 41 cars ended this race running, but Code Luigi, with issues, a valve, only can complete 15 laps. He was running in the top 5 when he had that issue, when he had to come down pit road, and then he blows up after that. So a lot of issues there on the 30 car here today. Now let's go look at the point standings. Here are the point standings after Rockingham. Marcus Sacchi has taken over the points. It was his 2nd win of the season. He now has a 41-point lead over Patrick Smith, who is 2nd. Evan Hunter has made his way up to 3rd. Derek Hamill 4th. And Alex Stewart in 5th. Then you got Jay Gambit in 6th. Tim Gary is 7th. Max Anderson in 8th. 9th, Levi Schoens. Schoens drops from 2nd to 9th after a poor race at Rockingham. Rounding out the top 10, you got Luke Rainey. So there's your top 20 in the points. See right there, you got Sacchi as a winner, Evan Hunter a winner, and then you got Justin Heath You got JT Hanley, Steve Larker, Tyler Lyman, Bryce Collins. That is right now 7 different winners in the top 20. As you look down 21st to 40th, you'll see a couple more. TJ Hanley and Jeff Bright. That's 9 winners this season, so that's 9 of 12 spots taken. But Hanley and Bright on the bubble, as you have to be top 30 in points. Right now, Hanley 29th, Bright 30th. They need to get up there and get some more points. They have to get away from that bubble. All right, so the next race will be the 4 300 at Texas. See you guys then.